Hey, I'm back. Now, I don't just mean I'm back with you guys. I'm back in Saratoga Springs, New York, in my favorite state park, Saratoga State Park. It's where I trained for the Appalachian Trail. Uh, Probably 5 to 6 months before I left, I'd be out here. Leave the house at 4 a.m. and I'd be back home by 12 noon. So, like 8 hours a day, at least 5 days a week, sometimes six. And tried to get in the best shape I could before the trail, only to learn when I got there that I thought I was ready to go, and there was nothing the trail could show me that I didn't already know, and it showed me in a big hurry that I was completely wrong. By day two, I realized that this trail was grueling, and I always hoped it would get better, and it was hard. It was never easy. It got easier during the mid-Atlantic states, but the last third was pretty brutal, just on the same lines as the first third. So it's a grueling trail, and glad I got through it. And I'll tell you a little about what's been going on. Last I spoke with you was I was just leaving Munson, Maine for the 100-mile wilderness. Uh, it's recommended that you pack 10 days of food for the 100-mile wilderness because it's remote. I think it may be the most remote wilderness in the state of Maine, if not on the entire trail. No towns, no roads, nothing. However, I did see some logging roads. They were unimproved, but they were there. To carry 10 days of food, though, to go 100 miles for somebody like myself that's gone that far seems like way too much food. And myself and many others packed much lighter than that. So I decided, I've been doing 20 miles a day. I would plan on getting through it in 6 days, and I carried 7 days of food, only to find out it took me 8 days, and I had to stretch my food. But it was pretty grueling. The first third to one half of the 100-mile wilderness was grueling. Of course, it was rain and mud and mosquitoes the size of elephants. But I underestimated the 100-mile wilderness. I thought it would be a little better. I thought there was a rule with the Appalachian Trail Conservancy that northbounders were going to get treated a little more humanely as we get to the finish line, but that's not the way it was. It was a tough piece of hiking stretch, I'll say that. Anyhow, also the water crossings took time because I had the water shoes I used, so I would stop and take those off, put on my water shoes, get across. This just slowed you down. So there was a little more time with that. At least one, maybe two of the water crossings had cables across that you could hook into with a carabiner or just handhold it and walk yourself across. And the rain was, it's been quite a spring, a lot of rain. So the water levels, I wouldn't say they were high, dangerously high, but they were probably a little higher than normal. So there were some places you had to be careful. But it was fun, and it was a nice stretch because you knew this was it, and the prize was close. So finished up the 100-mile and came out at A-Ball Bridge. Of course, I was starving because I was a day short on food, so I ate all the junk within reach. Didn't have to resupply with food because I only had Katahdin left, so I didn't resupply, and I was close enough. I went into Millinocket and overnighted. I didn't overnight in the park, so there was plenty of food and options. Next day, showed up early to do my summit and went into the ranger station, registered, had the weather briefing very early. It was just after 6 a.m. and the briefing indicated that there would be severe thunderstorms after 2 p.m. and they said it'll take 6 to 10 hours to do the round trip, 5.2 miles in each direction. And that being the case, never having been up there before, not knowing what was there, I decided not to do it. I didn't think it was a good idea. And as you'll see in the video, a storm that day did kick out, but it didn't start at 2 p.m. It was actually 11 a.m., and I had my camera rolling on a time lapse to catch it for you. But it was amazing to watch Mount Katahdin just completely consumed by this massive thunderstorm. And once it came into the area, it heavy rain, lightning, winds on Katahdin greater than 70 miles an hour, trees down, limbs down, flash flooding on the trails and some roadways. So it wasn't a good place to be. And my thoughts were, as it was unfolding, did anybody else attempt to go up that day? But the people that were around when I was there, they decided not to do it. I don't believe anybody gave it a shot, and I hope that's the case because it wouldn't have been pretty. And lightning's a great risk above tree line. It might be the greatest cause of death, right behind hypothermia. So I waited, anxious to get it done, but they promised that the next day would be the best day of the entire week. I was grateful for that. Showed up early, just after 6, and obtained a briefing again. Well, clear skies, clear to scattered clouds, and winds, I think 10 to 15 or 15 to 20, something like that. So I didn't think it would be too bad. But the wind was kind of strong on the ground, and I thought if it's like this on the ground, it's going to be greater up above. And that was the case. The winds above were greater than probably 40 miles an hour with gusting. And keep that in mind with regards to the audio, like in the White Mountains. It might be a little offensive to your ears, so you may want to turn the volume down during that period. But I was psyched about going up the Appalachian Trail for AT thru hikers. The trail we have to take is called the Hunt Trail. There are several trails that go up and down, but the Hunt Trail is the AT. At least I have to go up it. I don't have to come down it. I could pick another trail to come down, but not having any experience on that mountain. And I talked to as many people as I could and did as much research as I could, and I couldn't make heads or tails of it. If I had to pick a second trail to come down, it would have been A-Ball Trail. It's only 3.2 miles as opposed to 5.2 on the Hunt Trail. However, it's incredibly steep. You don't have the boulder and rock scrambling, I'm told, but it is incredibly steep, and I thought I would pass on it. So I did the Hunt Trail up, did the Hunt Trail down. I was so psyched to get started, and I did start at 7 a.m., which was kind of late, but I was so psyched to get started that in my mind, after studying the contour of the trail and the difficult parts, I knew the first 2 miles would be gravy, so I smoked up the first 2. And when I did get to the very steep areas where you had to climb, still below tree line, I was just pounding it out because I was excited to get up there. And it wouldn't have mattered what happened that day because I was in a place that I hadn't been in a long time, and I was really enjoying it, every bit of it, because I knew this was it. And I think I said I left at 7. I believe I got to Katahdin at 10:10, so that wasn't bad. Took some pictures, met some people. When I came above tree line, there was these boulders that were, I would say, vertical, and you're hanging out there. You go through some areas that if you fall, it could be a, if not seriously injured fall, a fatal fall for sure. There's some areas where it's hundreds of feet to thousands of feet if you lose it and slip, so very concerned with that. And I was alone, which concerned me more because if I did take a fall, the odds of being found anytime soon wouldn't have been that great, and you really are on your own. However, the Park Service, the State Park Service, and the Rangers, they have a great system. You have to sign in. You have to register at the trail to let them know what trail you're going up, and you have to tell them what trail you're coming down, and you can't deviate from that. So at the end of the day, they check that roster, and if you didn't sign out, they're going to start looking for you. However, that doesn't mean that you wouldn't be enduring some pain and suffering for hours and possibly an overnight for them before they came out and were able to get to you. But they did really drive it home about what equipment they wanted you to take and the preparation that they wanted you to have before you went up. And in the beginning, I thought, gee, are they trying to scare us or what? Because we're thru hikers. But they had said, and I asked them, I said, gee, you're really, putting a damper on this with all your going over the risks and the threats. But they said in the last couple of years, they've been incurring great cost and expense carrying out rescues of people that were ill-prepared. And as my former boss used to say, I think common sense is all too common, but in fact it's not. And I guess that's the case. They've had some cases where people got jammed up for stupid reasons and then made the matter worse because they weren't prepared for the elements or water, hydration, things like that. They said that those costs are bared by the Park Service and they have a limited budget and they're just running out of cash and time. So one of their initiatives is to really hammer it home to people before they go up to prevent something from occurring. And in doing that, they hammer out the rules and the threats and the risks. And in addition, a couple of questions to you. What are you doing? Where are you from? And just assessing if they think in their mind you're physically fit to continue. But anyway, did knock it out. Difficult parts, as I said. And once you got above the tabletop section, thinned out a little, wind picked up a lot more. The views were spectacular. They really were. I took a lot of pictures. Couldn't stay up there too long because it was just so windy, so you couldn't even talk with other people you were with. Had a snack and started down, and I'll tell you, it didn't hit me until I was coming down that this is it. So coming down, I mean, it was like a huge load off my mind. I mean, this has been 5 months on the road, or just a week short of 5 months, and I enjoyed every minute coming down. I mean it. I would just stop, take a look at something. I paralleled the Katahdin Falls, the stream, and making use of their water, just topping off with my water bottle, taking a liter here, a liter there. It was just spectacular. And the people you meet as well was a lot of fun. So I enjoyed it coming back, and that's when it hit me coming down that this is it. It's all over for this particular trip. But there was just so much in preparation for it. That you're consumed, your time's consumed. Even on the trail, you're always planning for the next day or a few days or even weeks. And you don't have as much time to think about that kind of stuff as you thought you would. But grateful for being able to do it. One of my objectives was to get a greater appreciation for what I have, family, material things. And I'm not a materialistic person by no means. And I see so many people that try to keep up with the Joneses, and they'll sell their soul to the devil, and they have to maintain a 1 or 2 jobs to live the lifestyle they think they, to maintain that. And that's not my idea of having fun. I learned over the last 5 months that you don't need a lot to enjoy yourself, and you don't need a lot to go on in this world. And of course, the number one thing is family, faith, and friends. And of course, fitness, that's in there too. And this, if you're not fit, will get you fit. I trained, as I said, 5-6 hard months of training. And this trail humbled me. It also put me in the best shape I've been in many years. I lost 30 pounds. I'm down to 170. I haven't been 170 in probably 12, 14 years. So I'm not recommending this is the way to do it. But you're burning 6,000 calories a day. And once I got up to steam, 20 miles a day was just the norm. You weren't even breaking a sweat then. It was amazing because when I started just knocking out 12, I was huffing and puffing and I wasn't sure how I was going to make it because I did plan on 15 miles a day doing the math. And knowing through my training that I was achieving that, I thought that would be a low end that I would have to achieve. I believe the ATC recommends no less than 12 miles a day for a thru hiker, getting it in for the season. But I figured I was safe at 15. I'm a solid 15. What I didn't take into account, though, and I was knocking out 12 to 15 a day at home training, but I had a day pack on. I didn't have a 40-pound pack, and it was just different. It just was different. So I learned. But you get religion on your equipment, you lighten the load, which I did, and things got better, a lot better. And you were just moving out. You feel great. Life's more enjoyable. And so much to see. I just enjoyed every minute of it. I had my bad days, and I know I probably expressed it in the videos. I was shocked at the rocks. I mean, you may think it's funny, but you see, I thought trail meant trail. But I think calling it a trail is really pushing it. It's a primitive footpath. It is downright brutal in some spots. But that's the way it is. Some points it was very enjoyable, and other points it was difficult. But once you get into the groove, and I did get there. And my first third of the trip, I was with Alex up to mile 750. And we were into a routine. And I'll tell you, I never caught up with Alex again, or he didn't catch up with me, one or the other. We both ended up getting hurt at different times, and our paths didn't cross. But that walking with Alex from the start to 750, I needed that. Because to have someone else there with you to crack the whip, so to speak, to keep moving when you want to quit early, that voice saying, no, we're not there yet, we got to keep moving. That was very helpful getting into the groove, because once I went out on my own, you had to set goals every day and make those goals. And so if I started alone, I'm not saying I wouldn't have made it, but I don't know if I would have been as disciplined, because I learned a lot from Alex and from a lot of the people I was with. And so here we are. Only 20% of the people that started make it, and I'm glad to be one of those. And boy, trip of a lifetime. I think maybe the Pacific Crest Trail would be of interest to me, but I don't see that for a year to two, and we'll see. It looks like it's a gentleman's trail, low grade, 3 degrees. And I think on the elevation scale, the Appalachian Trail is 515,000 feet of elevation. And I believe the Pacific Crest Trail is 300,000 feet of elevation, so it's less. And the grades are more shallow. But that's another story, another day. Right now, I think I'm going to wrap this up. The video will follow. I did as best as I could. Keep in mind, I never had a cell phone with video capabilities until 2-3 weeks before I left. Everything that I put up on YouTube was learned, just while I'm on the trail. And I was amazed at the technology that's out there to be able to do this stuff. But I am by no means a gadget guru technician. So if you like what you see, and I did it, anyone can do it. But I enjoyed making the videos. It kept friends and family up to date, and it's something too I can reflect back on. This will be the conclusion, though, of my 2017 Appalachian Trail northbound through hike videos. So any subscribers, I don't know if you want to stay on or just sign off, but I appreciated you following me and your words of encouragement and all the help that I received. And I received much help from many people, friends, co-workers, former co-workers, neighbors, sending care packages to me, my food packages and drops. Anytime I needed something, someone was there. And many times those people that helped me, I don't know their names. I didn't see them in some cases because they would leave Trail Magic, and it was much appreciated, and it was a spirit lifter. It really was. There were some tough stretches early on in Georgia where I ran out of water. I was shocked that it happened, but it happened, and it was a part of a learning curve. So I ran out of water, and I came up on a gallon of water, and I was just happy to get it. And whoever that person was, they didn't need to do it. There were probably 100 other things that they could have been doing, but they thought they'd come out and do that. And I got to tell you, Trail Magic was plentiful for me. In fact, it was to the point where I couldn't believe it. It did stop around, I think, Northern Virginia. I don't think I saw it from that point forward. Maybe once again. But my only point with that, there were many hikers I knew and met up with that didn't see any Trail Magic at all. And I had told people, and I put it in one of my videos in the past, if you were following me, you've seen it, where my granddaughter and I set up a trail kitchen last June 26th in Vermont on a trailhead. I think it was US 2, US 9 outside of Bennington. And we really enjoyed it and got a lot more from that experience than you can imagine. It was great. And I tell people that I've done that, and they said to me that this is karma, that because you did this last year, that it's coming back to you. And I'm starting to think that that might be the case. But that won't be my last trail kitchen. My granddaughter has already indicated to me just a day or so ago that she wants to go out next week camping, and she wants to do it on the AT. and incorporate trail magic with the trip. So I don't know if we're going to pull that off. I mean, we are going camping in another week, but I don't know if we can pull it off because it took me quite a while to get ready. It was a pretty big setup I had. On the other hand, nothing would prevent me from just bringing some small items, and there's still a boatload of people that'll be coming through. So we might do that, but that was a great experience for my granddaughter to talk with those people and just spend the day, and she enjoyed it, and so did I. So that might be something you consider. And by the way, what a learning experience to set up that trail kitchen. I wrote a list of questions I had and things I was trying to figure out. When I set that up, I was had the food going, and I just went down my list of questions, asking for advice from people that had already gone more than, 1,500 miles or so. And it was a great experience. So I enjoyed that. I'll probably be doing it again. Again, to all of those that helped me, and there were so many, I can't name you all, thank you. Words of encouragement, appreciated it. This was quite a journey, and I knew it was big before I started, but it became huge. And the more people I talked to, I started to realize just what it entailed and what it was. And life is short. Boy, I would highly recommend whatever your pursuit is, some kind of an adventure like this. This was, I called it a midlife tune-up, and it did it because I feel great. I'm out there doing things I hadn't been doing in a long time, and you're like a big kid. So it was a lot of fun. It did check the marks. It was spiritual. It was the fitness part physically was great. The social interaction with the people, if you haven't figured it out, I'm a people person, and I just got the biggest kick out of chewing the fat with anyone. I mean, anyone. And Alex used to roll his eyes when I would start because we'd stop. And now Alex, of course, is from Montreal, so his primary language is French, and his English isn't great. So I guess his technique was walk fast and just nod or give a quick hi. But if I engaged people, I would stop and talk. And I find people to be fascinating, wherever they're from, whatever they do. And I just get a kick out of them. So that part, the social interaction, was great. And many years ago, I was a policeman in the city of New Rochelle, New York, and I walked a footbeat. And I was dropped off out on a beat, and you were thrown to the dogs, so to speak. And you had a gun and a nightstick, and you couldn't shoot everyone, and you couldn't beat everyone either. So you had to learn to use your wits and to engage with people. And I loved it then. It was an eye-opener then, and I forgot what that was like, to be talking to people that I had nothing in common with or no other reason to be talking with them. And I broke a lot of friendships back then, met a lot of amazing people on all rungs of the ladder, and enjoyed it. So this hike was as close to walking a footbeat as I can recall. And I loved every minute of that. I really did. And I did some work for Stay for the experience. And that was in Rockland County, New York. Loved it. And did some in Virginia as well. Just did a little, I actually wasn't asked or required to do it, but at Holy Family Hostel in Petersburg, Virginia, there was some stuff that needed to be done, and I had the means to do it, so I took care of a couple of things, and it makes you feel good. With that, we'll go to the video. I hope this inspired you to go out and do something yourself, and if it does, don't overdo it. Crawl, walk, run. I see people, they go out, and I think the biggest mistake they do is they take on something that's way beyond their means. They get so fried the next day with aches and pains that they scare themselves out of it, and they'll never go back. Don't start like that. Go to your local park with a bag lunch and sit down and just relax under a tree in the shade. Want to go for a walk, go for a walk, and step it up from there. And that goes for kids too. So a lot of kids on the trail that were dragged along, not because they wanted to, because they were told to. And I could see that these kids in another year, if they were asked to go on a hike or something, they would want no part of it because they hated the experience. Kids want to be kids. They want to go out and have fun. So let them have fun. And you can be a big kid at the same time. So with that, I'm finished. Thank you again, everyone, those I know and those I don't, for all the help you provided. So get lost and take a hike. See you around. So long. We're going up the Hunt Trail, which seems to parallel Katahdin Stream, at least for a while. I know up to the falls. Beautiful day. It's supposed to be 53 degrees at the top, winds to 20, but not bad. Kind of got a late start at 7 a.m. Okay, check it out. So a journey of 2,189 miles ends in just 4 miles. Can't believe it's here, but it is. You have to pay for every view, and Katahdin will be no different. You are entering Maine's largest wilderness. Your safety is your responsibility. .1 to the top. Onward. Magnificent falls paralleling the Hunt Trail. Beautiful. Very nice. This might be the falls. Oh yeah, check it out. Beautiful. Oh man, you can't get these at Lowe's. Magnificent falls along the Hunt Trail. I'm gonna tank up with some water and continue on. Beautiful day. Absolutely spectacular. Nice pack, don't you think? Day pack. Not too much, not too little. Holds a liter of water. I bought this at Walmart just for the day pack to make this trip up to Katahdin. $24. Really nice pack. Anyway, continuing. Hey, I'm calling for a cab.
Oh, really? Just
No. I don't even, it's on airplane mode. Magnificent day. That's the trail, by the way. Goes all the way up here and continues. Great day. Loving this. What a way to end it. Wow, look at that. Katahdin Stream Falls. Woo! Ooh, that's a long way down. Don't want to fall down there. Okay. Where'd the trail go? Alright. Back to business. Roots, rocks, rocks, roots. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I hope this is two of the three in front of me I met with in Virginia and Georgia, father and son team. The son's going to Tufts School this fall, medical school. And what are the odds of bumping into them halfway up the hill? All right, I need my breath to climb. Check it out. I'm not to the top yet, but I'm at 4,500 feet. Of course, the wind is roaring. Just keeps getting great. Views are spectacular, and the climb is incredibly intimidating. Okay, I'm at what's called, I believe, the tabletop, where it settles out a little, but I still have over a mile to go. All right, checking out. Here's what I'm looking at. It's beautiful. I still have a long way to go, though. All right. I'm exhausted, but there's no way I'm stopping. Whew. Beautiful. I am so lucky just to be here. To be able to even do this. I can see it. I see the top. Hi, now you're fine. Bambi bucket training, state of Maine Rangers, where'd they go? Can't find them. Oh, there they are. Hey, you guys at State Police Aviation, they even do it here in Maine. But don't pull the wrong release. It's the water you want to dump, not the whole hardware and cables and stuff. Anyway, we're coming down Katahdin and I just see a Yui way down in the valley, and the Rangers are doing firefighter training today. Okay, I lost them. Oh, they're going to get water. Well, that won't be a problem, I can attest to. They're way out there going to dip in one of those ponds. All right, back to the hike. Just came down and turned around and looked at it and realized it's better not to look. Check it out. Just got below tree line, coming down Katahdin, and the wind is protected as well. Some beautiful sights. Spectacular day. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down. The worst of it is over. Oh, geez, what a day. This is the hunt trail coming down Katahdin, and this is the trail. The little stream that runs all the way down this particular section. And it looks like some people are coming up. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Hello. Going all the way up? It's quite windy and refreshing. I'm coming down. Where are you guys from? Virginia? District of Columbia. Okay. So school's out and you're going up like vacation? Yeah. You guys will do it. You're young. It's pretty impressive when you get up on the top.
Really?
Yep. So enjoy yourselves. So long. Ending the hunt trail. Completed Katahdin summit. And this is just a nice stretch of rocks they laid out, covered with pine needles, and it goes down to the Katahdin Stream Falls, which are pretty spectacular. I don't know if we'll get to see that. Haven't seen anyone on the trail in quite a while, but it's a beautiful day. And when I went up this morning, I came above tree line, and there's steel bars and rocks that you have to use to scramble these rocks to climb. They go near vertical and very intimidating. And I'm looking at those rocks and I'm like, I don't know about this. And I've mentioned before that the trail provides, and it does, but in this case I wouldn't say it was a trail. I would just say God provides, because I was looking at those rocks and I just wasn't sure how I was going to do that. At which time, two guys came up through the tree line and were continuing up, and they're thru hikers I had met in Virginia. And I said, "You going up?" They said, "We're going up." I said, "Do you mind if I tag along?" I said, "No." And that was the confidence I needed to keep going, because at that very moment it wasn't looking good. And after that it was fine. There was some skill, there was still some frightening moments, but it was nice at those times to be in the presence of others. So even though some think I'm hiking alone, I don't ever feel like I'm truly alone. And during those times I really could use some help, it appears. And that's not the first time. And that's no coincidence. I truly believe that. Ah, here come those beautiful falls. I'm gonna go off trail, take a look at them. I've been drinking water all the way up and all the way down because it's like they're gonna take the punch bowl away soon. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm at the top of the falls. Check that out. That is beautiful. I could stay here all day. You've heard it before, crystal clear water. I don't think I can pass up filling up a bottle here. It just looks too refreshing. So I think I'm going to do that. I just wanted to make a point about that. Being alone. I never felt like I was truly alone. And when I really needed help, it appeared. So, as I said, no coincidence. Gee, that water looks like it's yelling, come on in, come on in. I might do that. If there's an easy way to get down, I'll keep you posted. Here's the actual falls. While I'm contemplating getting in, this guy's walking by looking at me, and I told him, it's awful tempting. But I don't want to be on the 6 o'clock news. And that wouldn't be today's 6 o'clock news. They'd have to recover the body. It'd probably be like in a couple of days, downstream somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
It wouldn't be, they'd probably get you for a couple miles down.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, gotta continue. So I came to the bottom of the falls, and it's just as beautiful and just as tempting. I mean, it is absolutely spectacular. But it's probably not a good idea to get in. I'll lose track of time, and I can't get over it though. To see this kind of magnificent clear water running through the mountains is something, a sight to be seen. And by me, I have the Cateros Creek, which is probably the closest thing to something like this. And it isn't clear at all. So, of course, this is coming down from 5,200 feet, so very nice. So, all right, I'm gonna fill up another liter and down it. I've been doing that every time I see water because, like I said, it's coming to an end. All right. The last of the Appalachian Trail for me with regards to this particular journey. Still on the Hunt Trail, coming out to the trailhead. Can't be far now because the ground has leveled off, and the trail is very much like a trail with no rocks. So I gotta be close, but take a look at that dense wilderness. Amazing. I mean, they got some areas where it's beautiful pines and wide open ground underneath. But boy, they got some of the thickest stuff I've seen. And like I said, it kind of reminds me of a boreal forest at times, what I've seen in Alaska. So, I'm fried. And I feel some new blisters too on my toes, probably because of the rock scrambling where you're using your toes a lot. So I'll have to take a look at those. So what do I do with my time now? The last 5 months has been busy with this trip, and it was quite a trip. Oh, a couple of rocks. Well, I don't care. I don't care that there's rocks here. I'm done. Yep. I won't be seeing you rocks again. Next would be the Pacific Crest Trail. That's a gentleman's trail. It's a horse trail. I think it's 2,600 miles, and there is some area through desert, which is a bit concerning. And I comment about the water throughout my trip, which is magnificent. From what I hear, in California, there is no water. And they have to fill up these water caches along the way, and sometimes those caches are empty. Other times the water that you're using is standing water that's discolored and green and mosquitoes, and you have to filter it, and that's all you have. I wouldn't take too kindly to that. I wouldn't be too happy about that at all, but that's what I'm told. Anyway, let's not talk about the PCT right away. I still got to catch up on family matters and spend some time at home. And being out here, you do miss the family. So this will be nice. Got to tell you, I'm in the best shape I've been in many, many years. And of course, it's because of the trail. And when you shed that weight and you start building up that endurance and you feel a lot better, you can do a lot more. Life is a lot better. Okay, checking out. I just had a thought too. I hadn't seen a bear. I've seen evidence of bears everywhere, but I had not seen a bear on this whole trip. Amazing. Saw 3 moose. Couldn't get the camera out in time, but no bear. So, who knows? One might meet me right around the bend just up ahead. I'll let you know if that happens. I'm at the ranger station at Katahdin Springs Campground, and all these backpacks are southbound hikers that, rather than climb, they start at Mount Katahdin, so they're going to climb up to the top of Katahdin. They'll camp up in that vicinity and come down tomorrow, where they'll don their very heavy packs. But they only took day packs up, what they need for the trip up Katahdin. Which is what I did as well. Left my, I have a day pack I just picked up at Walmart. It's actually a nice one. I like it a lot. And I'll retrieve my bag now, but pretty neat.